back in Florida, you guys.
Feels weird.
It feels really weird. I can't even tell you how many times we've tried to start this video because I think we just feel a little lost right now, understandably.
Yeah, we don't really know how to communicate our feelings. Like, we're ready to share that with you guys, but we just kind of forgot how to video.
Well, I will say, I think we're ready to share. We want to check in with you guys first of all because we've missed you.
Yeah,
and
you guys have been so sweet to us.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable kind.
I'm not going to start talking about all that because I've cried more.
Yeah.
I could probably fill up a swimming pool, I think, between the two of us with how many tears we've shed. Today, we were feeling good. We were joking. Jared, before we came out here, I like showered, I washed my hair, Jared showered, he shaved.
Yeah, I shaved. It was crazy. Actually, I had like a beard. Brittany's like, I've never seen you like this before.
Well, you know, we've gone through kind of a rough last few months. I guess month. Oh my gosh, you guys, we don't even know what date it is.
Yeah.
But Jared looked at me, he's like, wow, you look really nice. And we were just like, what is our life right now? Like,
we kind of forgot what it's like to get ready and be ready for the day.
And kind of laugh. Like, you guys, our humor has been so important through all of this, obviously. There hasn't been a lot of it, to be frank with you. It does feel good to be back at home.
Yeah, it does
be back in our own space. Check in with you guys. We've missed you like crazy.
Yeah, seriously, and you guys have just been so nice again. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sure to you guys, the last time we videoed was almost 3 weeks ago, so it feels kind of foreign, as we said, to be talking to a camera again. And last time was, obviously, you heard the really hard news of everything that's happened, and we've just taken some time to obviously get this guy better. And we thought, you know, there's just so much emotion and so many thoughts that we're still trying to process. So I don't think this video we're going to be sharing much about, you know, hearing that news and that experience, because there's just too much and it's a little too, I think, fresh still.
Yeah, it's still pretty fresh.
And we just need to like process that privately and kind of get through that until, you know, we speak to all of you guys on the internet.
Yeah, basically the whole outlook of our family forever changed, as you guys know. So which is something that we'll have to figure out.
We're gonna get into all that in another video. So this video, we obviously wanted to kind of rewind.
Yeah, rewind
a little bit.
And basically discuss the whole recovery with the microtese surgery that I had. And if there's anyone out there that's in the same position that we're in or that we were in, and considering getting a microtese, we highly recommend it. And this is just kind of something that you can expect going into it.
I do have to say huge props, I've said this before, to my sweet husband. You guys, all of you know that have been here and know us through our videos, know what an amazing person and man Jared is, and for him to be vulnerable like this and share this experience has been really incredible to see. And we've had lots of conversations like, what do we share, what do we not? It's just been really cool to see that he really feels like he wants to share a lot of this to help others out there going through this. And we've come across a few people that have gone through similar experiences, and it helped us so much, especially in the days right after surgery, right after we got the diagnosis, where we just were completely blindsided, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys remember, we went in there to basically look at the first steps of, you know, infertility, thinking that it was something that Brittany would have to do, and it was completely, as Brittany said, just blindsided. We were not expecting it.
Yeah, and so to know that other people have gotten the same Azoospermia diagnosis and gone through the microtese. One couple in particular, their last name's the Pawns, Cat Pond. You should go check them out. If any of you guys are struggling, they actually do a podcast. They do TikTok and Instagram. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, but seriously, she's been the sweetest, and we've been messaging back and forth. We listened to some of their podcast episodes, and
super helpful.
It just really helped us feel not alone. So we hope by sharing our story, we can help others going through it as well.
It's helped us tremendously.
So many of you guys have been wondering how sweet Jared is doing, how we're doing, obviously. So we thought with this video, we would focus on just what happened back in Utah and getting to where we are today with the surgery.
So on surgery day, I mean, you guys saw how that went down. What you guys didn't really see, because it did kind of end with us getting the results, but basically that day was probably the most excruciating pain I've ever been in. on top of the emotional pain. Once the numbing wore off, I was in so much pain. I could barely stand, I couldn't even walk at all. I couldn't really sit. I had to like lay down. My back was hurting, my lower abdomen was hurting. All of this was, you know, just completely normal with the surgery because, you know, what they were doing affected all those areas.
It was so intense. We didn't even realize, I think, how intense it was going to be and the recovery was going to be. We weren't really expecting it that much.
For the first like 3, maybe even like 7 days, I was completely bedridden.
Yeah.
Like couldn't get up at all. If I stood up, I had to like hobble and like use the wall to walk over to the bathroom. To go to the bathroom, it was a complete pain. It hurt so bad. And then basically had to do it in reverse, hobble back. And it would take me about 10 minutes just to go to the bathroom, just to walk over there.
Yeah.
And it's right next to the room.
And obviously, guys, he was on like painkillers.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit right after the surgery in the car, so he was still really numb.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, like he's up,
yeah,
he's
I thought
okay.
this was gonna be a walk in the park, but once that numbing wore off, and even on those pain medicines, like it just was so painful.
Oh, it was so hard to see him go through that, you guys. And then not only that, but then like to get that phone call and have him, you know, when you're on, I don't know if you've ever been on pain pills, but if you're on strong pain medicine too, you're kind of loopy. It affects people all in different ways.
Yeah.
So I feel like he was, you know, on these high pain pills. We're getting that phone call. He's in so much physical pain now. And it was just such a hard day, I will say, week, honestly. Like, I think those were some of the darkest days of our life. And we were at Jared's mom's house, and she was the sweetest ever.
Oh,
like,
my mom was an angel, seriously,
oh
so
my
kind.
gosh.
Took care of us, made us breakfast, even though I couldn't really have an appetite.
Oh yeah,
couldn't eat
I
at
don't
all.
think either of us ate a lot during that week, but she went above and beyond, and we're so grateful for sweet Mona Joe. You guys know how incredible she is.
Yeah,
So
seriously.
even though we couldn't be in our own home, you know, getting back, she definitely tried to make the best of it. Our families, you guys, were incredible. We received meals, we had DoorDash meals, we had meals that were cooked for us, brought in treats, notes. Like, the amount of love that people showed us was amazing.
It was incredible.
But at the same time, you guys, I felt numb during that time in terms of like just what we were thinking and everything. I think we were just in kind of shock, and we didn't really want to talk with a lot of people because we couldn't even really talk that much.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard.
On top of that, I'm in just so much pain. I can barely stand, sit, or walk. I can only do it for very, very short periods of time. After about a week, I felt a little bit stronger, and we started playing like board games with my mom at her kitchen table. And cute little Lou would like to jump up on my lap, and so we made sure that like I was kind of like boxed in.
That was one of the things we just had to laugh about, because we were barricading Jared so dogs can't get near him.
I know. And I had to have a pillow to sit on because everything hurts. And so sitting on like a regular chair would actually hurt, so I'd have to have a pillow and then a pillow on top of me. And anyways, I could only play games for a very short period of time before I'd have to go lay down back on the bed. And this is the other thing, is that you think because you're laying in bed all the time, you're probably getting a lot of sleep. I was getting 0 sleep. Even up until now, I'm only getting about 3 or 4 hours a night. If that. I'm not able to sleep on my side or stomach, and that's how I typically sleep.
While he was on that high pain medicine, they said take it every 4 hours. And we were up, we weren't really sleeping anyways, I would say, just from everything. So our time clocks are all turned around. Everything was just it's honestly kind of a blur at this point. And I remember just trying to get out of the house. I would take little Finn out to go out, and then I started to okay, I need to get out of the house for a little bit, just to clear my own mind. I mean, I don't want to say I felt alone, but at the same time, Jared was going through so much physical pain, and being on pain pills, it's really hard to anyways, it was just so much. So I would go on walks. And it really helped me just to get out of the house a little bit. So day by day, I would just try and get out on one long walk, even in the freezing cold, you guys. That'll tell you how much. You guys know I don't like the cold, but that tells you how much.
I tried practicing walking to the kitchen and back as much as I could, just because for me, that was as much as I could handle. That's the amount of exercise I could do at that time. I even got pretty sick. There was times I got lightheaded. There were times I threw up. It was not the best moment.
After that first week, I think it was about a week and a half.
Yeah, we ended up extending our flight actually.
Yeah, because we thought we'd be able to fly sooner, and we just were like, there's no way. And
There's no
emotionally
way.
and everything, we were just not ready to fly.
It was just painful to do anything. Literally after a week and a half, I still could barely stand, sit, or walk.
I think you finally got to the point where you're like, I think I can.
Fly home.
Yeah, we tested it out in the
Yeah.
car a little bit. We'd take a pillow, we'd sit on it, we'd go on
Yeah.
some drives just to see how we felt.
Because I was gonna have to last 4.5 hours in flight.
On the flight, yeah. So we finally, he was like, okay, thumbs up. You know, I think I can make it. So we booked the flight that night. We were actually on an overnight flight because it's crazy, but
Yeah, red eye.
they only really do overnight flights now directly, unless, and we knew we didn't want to like stop and all of that because we had to get a wheelchair for Jared because there was no way, especially in the Salt Lake City airport, he could walk that far.
Yeah, if you guys know Salt Lake City Airport, it's probably the worst design ever, but it's such a long walk to get anywhere.
Yeah, so we ordered a wheelchair ahead, and there was a whole story with all that. We won't get into that. Pretty much they didn't have one there. We waited almost 45 minutes, almost missed our flight, but we got the wheelchair, someone helped. We also had this cute little guy. I'm sorry to show you Finn. He's been right here, which he has been our little lifesaver. You guys
He really
know
has.
that. He's just the best. But I had him, our carry-on. Jared also, we forgot to mention this, he can't lift anything over 10 pounds still. So he couldn't really move anything. We had our camera bags, we had everything, so.
It was awful.
It was
absolutely awful. But we boarded the flight and Brittany bought a pillow for me to sit on while we were on the flight, and that helped me tremendously. It was probably honestly the lifesaver.
Yeah.
And then getting off, there was a wheelchair for me Brittany had reserved at Fort Lauderdale, so it was really, really nice and convenient.
It's so nice that airports provide that service, you
I know.
guys, that can help people in certain situations that need a wheelchair. So.
At this point, I was exhausted, Brittany was exhausted. It was like 7 a.m. here.
And obviously to be back to the sunshine, the palm trees, you guys, it
It
definitely brought a smile to our face to be back here, for sure.
It definitely has felt good. Now, it's been about 2.5 weeks since we've been home. Things have been getting better for me. I can actually walk a lot further now. I can make it about a mile, which is really good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Really, really good.
And when we first got home, he was starting to feel pretty good. He's like, hey, I think I can go on a walk with Finn.
Yeah.
He went on about a 10-minute walk with me and Finn, and
I think I digressed like 5 days.
Yeah.
And I talked to the doctor about it, the nurse, and she was basically telling me it's like any other surgery. If you had surgery on your arm, for example, and you started working out once again, you would basically kind of ruin anything.
Yeah.
And so you have to like ease into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I would basically, any chance I could get to walk Finn, I would do, and I would hobble around, and eventually it turned into steps. Anyway, I still hobble a little bit. It's still painful to sit, stand, or walk for longer periods of time, but I am getting better. I still have the stitches in, which is probably the worst part right now, just because they're going to dissolve, and they said it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, where I'm at about the 3-week mark right now. So I'm hoping by next week they're gone, because to be bluntly honest, they catch on stuff, they hurt, and anytime they rub up on anything, it hurts really, really bad.
I should also say, this isn't too graphic, but that surgery is very intense, it's very detailed. They're literally cutting dirt open, and anyways,
and extracting things out, like literally pulling parts of my body out.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of swelling, and that makes it difficult to walk. And anyways, there's just like a lot to it, and so we're so grateful to be at this point with the healing process. I feel like
it feels good. I still can't sleep, like I was saying.
We are in the worst sleeping pattern we've ever been in our life. We go to bed probably around 3 a.m. Sometimes 4. And then we'll sleep in till like.
And we try to go to bed sooner. We try going on walks to get us tired to go to bed sooner, but we just can't sleep. Like I especially just cannot sleep.
And I think his is physical and mine's
emotional
and mentally, and knowing he's in pain and can't sleep. It's just like, it's hard to describe. There's just so much. And now that we are back here alone, like, and you're starting to feel better, I feel like now we're just starting to really kind of process all of the emotional side of it as well. And that's where we don't even want to get into in this video, because we're not ready to go there yet. I'm sure you guys can understand that. So that is kind of the story of recovery, coming back to Florida. We're back home, you guys. We are doing okay. We are hanging in there. We're taking things day by day right now. I've been checking in here and there on social media, and I'm sorry we are not getting to a lot of the messages. Just honestly, it's kind of overwhelming at times, but thank you for writing us. I will try and get to all of them eventually as we feel ready to. I said this over on Instagram because I want to keep things real, you guys. This is hard stuff we're going through, and I want to share that. It's, you know, life is not rainbows and butterflies all the time, as you know. So literally the day we got home, we put all of our luggage there, and you guys, just emotionally, I could not bring myself to unpack our luggage for days and days. It was just yesterday that I finally...
probably about a week and a half, it's that.
Oh yeah, and just the thought of it, seeing all the clothes we wore, seeing just all the different things, that reminded me of everything that happened was just so incredibly hard. And for any of you that are going through this or anything else hard in life, I just want you to know that it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be sad and lay in bed. I can't even tell you how much we've been laying in bed, and it just like, you just can't get up, and that's just part of life. And I think it's part of this process where we're just trying to understand everything, and not to say that we don't have hope and we don't have faith in God's plan for us.
It's nothing like that. I mean, I would honestly compare this, and I've said this a couple times before, but with my dad passing, like that type of grieving and like that level of grieving is exactly what I'm feeling again. I would say we were feeling again. It's been really tough for us, but you know, with each passing day, we get a little bit better.
Yeah, and then we don't get better, and then we do get better. I can say it's like this right now. It's just, it'll hit us out of nowhere. Our neighbors have been so sweet, you guys.
Oh my gosh,
I think each of us, with different neighbors, they like checked in with us out on a walk and just broke down, just tears. You know, you just never control. It's hard to talk about. It's really hard to talk about.
It's really hard to talk about, yeah.
So, anyways, that is where we're at. I think this guy needs to go back and lay down. He can't sit for too long, but we love you guys. We cannot thank you again enough for the prayers, the love, the support. It's just, you guys are incredible. We miss you, and we're getting better. We're gonna get there. So kind of with that, with our filming, you guys, we're just gonna take it day by day. Some days we may not feel up to it, and we won't put out a video. We're gonna try and get back to putting out videos as much as we can. To be honest, you guys, it helps sometimes to talk with you guys.
It really does.
See your comments and get your feedback and hear your stories.
And then other times it is fun to just go out and do something fun.
Just a
nice
distraction.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we're almost to that point where it's like, okay, we've been like hibernating in our house for the past 3 weeks, obviously getting better, getting Jared better. But yeah, we do need to start taking our minds off of it and getting back to life as well. So
I do want to say this real quick. If anyone is out there considering getting a microtese or surgery or anything like that for your infertility journey, I highly recommend it. Even though ours did not pan out the way that we thought it would, I still would highly recommend that you guys go forward with it.
Yeah, you guys, just having that peace of mind knowing that we did literally everything we could do. Had such an amazing doctor and team we were working with. We feel really blessed to just have everything worked out, and now we just kind of know, all right, we have answers, and we will move on from here, and we are gonna expand our family, you guys, and we
stoked to be a dad, however that may be.
Yeah, he's gonna be the best. We love you guys. We'll see you all when we see you.
See you guys later. Bye.